Welcome back to the Chill Sounds and Breakdowns podcast. We are here at the Rail Our Home. If you want to help us keep the show going, support them, go to therailclub.net, look up every show that they have. Come out, have a fun time, and meet some new people, get some friends, and have a great time, and have a drink. This is water, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, today I'm excited. We have a return guest. I've been having a lot of return guests, and this one's tight because they were on episode 50, before the hundreds, and now we're on episode 147. But today we have Logan and Colton from Said the People.
Thank you for having us.
Happy to be here. Yeah, thank you for being here. It's nuts. I was just asking you and then looked it up. It's 50. That's almost 100 episodes ago. I mean, y'all did it at the house when we were still at the house.
Yes, sir.
Right. It's just so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool for me to see it's the progression of it. But I mean, speaking of progression, your band has evolved since then. You know what I mean? Yeah. First of all, one of the big things is it was a totally different lineup at the time. Mm-hmm. But you two have remained the kind of the core of it all, yes, and then built it around that. But honestly, it feels like you've built quite a more what am I trying to say? I was almost said something smart, but I almost had it. You didn't use your brain. So it just feels more well-rounded and feels actually connected with the sound that you're pursuing.
Yes.
It just feels like a solid build all around. But I'll let you talk a little bit about that change.
I appreciate that. I feel like we found the sound that we're trying to get, for sure, that we're looking for. How do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Man, we certainly locked in the right lineup. I think we were trying to go for a sound, especially about that time around episode 50. Mm-hmm. We were trying to go for a sound that we didn't have the right personnel for. I think that everybody had a little bit conflicting opinions, but as time would have it, we locked in the right members and everybody's creative juices aligned, and we were just cooking, man. We were really proud of this new album, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely the biggest reasons of why this was the perfect time to kind of do this, is that you did just release an album, Years Forgotten,
yes,
which I mean, it's going to be a whole glazing session right here because it's so fucking good. It really is a solid album all around. It's very, it's got the punchiness to it. It's, aggressive in, a great, hard rock way. But it's also, very, vulnerable and emotional. It actually, does, I was, getting goosebumps at parts, while I was listening. And I was, working out during it, so I'm why am I feeling shit right now? But yeah, it's such a well-rounded album. It definitely I think I did a little video about it, which you guys saw today. But I thought I knew what I was coming in. I was I know the sound that they've been working at for years. But then there's a few tracks in there that really did kind of push the genre or whatever the style that you guys are working into different directions that maybe it doesn't normally take. But yeah, walk me through this process of writing Years Forgotten.
Sure.
What's going on, y'all? It's OC with the Chill Sounds and Breakdowns podcast here at the Rail Our Home. You heard me say that at the beginning of the podcast, but what does that really mean? It means that the Rail Club has offered their space, their location, their ambiance, everything to the podcast so that I can host, the interviews and the podcast that talks, the conversations that you hear, especially this one, the one that you're listening to right now. So the best way that you can help me help them is just by checking out therailclub.net and seeing if there's any shows that you want to come out to, hang out with, or simply share a flyer. that helps them enough. But yeah, therailclub.net, go check it out, see if there's a show you want to come out to, and let's have a good time. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Let's keep going.
Man, so we played So What last year, and while we were there, David Southern, our producer for the album, scouted us there. And we ended up having some talks, and we met him for dinner one night, had a really good time, kicked it off, and decided to go with him. We went that route. We recorded from September through November and wrapped up the album with Owen, our bass player, and Dalton. Throughout that process, most of the songs had already been written, or we had already had experience playing some of them live. Fuck It Up, we had never played live.
Okay.
We kind of built that in the studio. Along with Faithful, we built in the studio as well. I think a lot of it was, Colt and I have been through a lot of shit. He went through a lot of shit when I met him. We first started the band. I've been through a lot of shit recently, just in life, different things that happened. And music has always been a healing source for us. And so it's kind of just nice and poetic in a way to finally be more vulnerable and put more tracks out there that are like that.
Yeah.
But with David, I think he really understood the sound we were going for. So when we got in the studio, we were able to capitalize on that in a way we didn't think was possible before.
Gotcha.
So it came together in a way that exceeded all my expectations for sure. We've been proud of this album. We're excited to drop it for a long time.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see why. But seeing all the effort that you put in actually like come out on the other end with a project that is beautiful, that you're proud of, that you can listen to and be like, this is fucking sick. You know what I mean?
Man.
And also getting that, I'm sure like I'm not the only one, but getting that from people on the outside listening to it and like
man.
just loving the music that you're like
100%, because it's like we were able to show like our friends and family, and it's the response was great then, but there's always that little tad bit feeling of like, is this bias maybe, right?
Yeah.
You never know. And so when we released it less than a week ago, the response was massive, including you and Daniel and so many people that mean a lot to the scene. So it really meant a lot to us just seeing that it was well received in a way, again, more so than we thought it would be. So it's been great for me. What do you feel?
Man, you hit the nail on the head. We've got a reception from this body of work that we weren't expecting. We knew it was cool, and we were really proud of it, but it's still just doing numbers, and people are still giving us good feedback. So it's a wonderful situation.
It is nice to have that. It's confirming for sure.
It's
right?
definitely confirmed. It's a thing that as much as you tell yourself like, man, I wrote this shit, I know it's badass, like I know I like it, there's still that bit like in you as an artist where I'm like, as an artist you are still putting out a project and it's going to get like feedback, like good or bad, like you are putting it out there, now you're vulnerable to that.
Yes,
so it's always you have to expose that part of yourself and be like, you can ignore the internet as much or whatever this, but whatever the reception is, like you're gonna get it eventually.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And luckily I think in this case like you are gonna have like the greatest like reception for it, which again you have, but I think it's just gonna continue going out. But you guys put in like a lot of work to it. Not only I guess we'll focus before we get to like the other stuff I want to talk to you is the writing of this. I mean, you were just even a little bit before this, you were talking about like, oh, like this album, we're talking about the vulnerability and how like you were going through some shit, and some of these songs are rather personal. Are there any on the album that you'd like to kind of talk about?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd like to. I'll touch on Airplanes because that's the most vulnerable for me, and you should talk on How for sure. And what is nice is when we look at the numbers, those are the two that are spiking the most.
Yeah. Airplanes,
and
so good.
Thank you.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's so good.
So Airplanes was like, it's funny because it goes back to when we had Reagan in the band, which was episode 50 that we had. And he was just kind of giving me shit one day about, hey, let's do something a little more technical. I was like, okay, I'll give you technical, whatever. And I started writing out the guitar parts for Airplanes, but I never knew what that song was actually eventually going to become. So January 5th of last year, my mom died from cancer. And I had moved back December before to stay with my family and everything. And I had kind of been writing that song, and I had written the first half, which was just lessons I'd learned from my mom. And this is before she got sick or when she was getting sick. And I'd stopped there at that point. And what's really cool is the way that it came together as a whole. Because when you listen to it now, and very much so what it is the process of acceptance, anger, grief, and then, acceptance last, I guess, and moving on. So the first half is what I've learned from my mom, loving being with her. And then when it slows down, that's her being sick and kind of dealing with those emotions there. And then when it hits, it's just love, just love, just love. Never hurt anyone. That's what she always taught me. Be free is her being free. And so the second half, which is a little bit more of an intense version of the first, is accepting that and then deciding that you have to live for her and go on and go live your life and grow from there.
Wow.
And so that was a lot to put into the song, but the reception there seems like it hits a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that go through that shit. I'm not the only one whose mom has died from cancer. His mom died from cancer when I met him.
Wow,
and so
really?
there's a kind of a poetic thing there that brought us back around full circle. And I think a lot of that is what led into the album becoming what it is, the full fruition of it.
Yeah.
And How for You is a lot of heavy feelings too, man.
Yeah, this entire album, I think the theme of it is really just, as we decided earlier, vulnerability. We allowed ourselves to really be emotional and tell our story. For me, I don't know. I had written songs in the past about heartbreak, but none of them were still from the perspective of just, I really loved you and this isn't gonna work. And I think Hal was just my alma mater too. I'm not gonna name her, but there's an individual out there. But Hal came together as like, yeah, my song to put to rest that traumatic crap. That I say traumatic, that might be a little bit dramatic.
I think to a degree it's traumatic for you.
It
man,
could be,
sure.
it could be, but yeah, Howl is just a big, beautiful song, and I love the chorus lines. If I scream, will it stop you from breaking my heart? That has always just hit me home, and when we perform it live, it makes me sad, but it's a pretty sad. And yeah, it's good to have songs like that in the arsenal to offset some of this high octane rock and roll we got.
The nice mix, yeah.
We do. We're pretty much like just rock and roll, and ultimately we write what we want to write. And we've never really. It's kind of hard to pigeonhole us into any genre, and this album's a good representation of that. You get different flavors with every song, different stories, different sounds. So I think we did a good job allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and tell our story on this album.
And the whole concept is just for us growth and growth through time. Time's an illusion, so to say, but growth isn't, and you can do that through what we perceive as time, which is why it's the tree, and that's why there's broken clock for Fuck It Up and whatever, the Valhalla clock and
all of them. All the artwork for this
Yeah.
is centered around figments of time. So you
Okay.
can look at Valhalla's artwork. It is a what do they call them damn things? Sundial. It's
Okay.
a sundial, an old Viking sundial. Black caddy's the dashboard of a black Cadillac. There's a clock in there. We had that added. And then Fuck It Up's a
Stopwatch and then
broken
the tree
stopwatch.
and- yeah.
So,
Okay.
That's Gavin. Shout out Gavin. He did a
yeah,
great job
Gavin
with that art.
Tiltshift. Go check him out. He's amazing.
Killer.
See, that's the way you're describing how it was written. Like these moments of vulnerability. It goes back to a little bit of what we were talking about before this, but we were talking about like just like stuff that's genuine and authentic. It's like I've talked with a few people on this, and it just makes it more real that people are starving for that. People are starving for like
man.
actual like authenticity, for genuine things, for these moments that like are crazy vulnerable. Like you're talking about like the chorus and how like it is something that you might want to do, but it's something like I don't want to do this because like it's if I scream at you, I'm gonna fucking I'm still learning like, but yeah, that's something that yes, like would I do that? Like no, like maybe not or whatever, but like it's something that you maybe on the inside like you're begging to do that shit.
Straight
So
up.
Yeah,
on the song like you can. I've always said like it's easier to express like emotions like if you can have like a good song behind it because like hey it's at least there's a good music behind it, but you can say whatever like oh yeah this is exactly I was feeling like shit like I'm feeling like this or whatever, but you know if there's a good riff over it like okay cool it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the world is really starving for like music that feels that like real and authentic, and it's hard place to like visit like these. I mean, both of these topics like super fucking like difficult things that you had to go through and to come out on the other end and not only make it through, but also take that pain, take the vulnerability, take like everything you expose yourself to and put it into like a song and immediately see that people resonate with it is I think one of those moments that artists take and it's like, yeah, this is why we do this. Like,
No,
I mean,
straight-
like
I was about to
it
say
helps
that.
me and helps like other people.
Absolutely.
It's the
And
only
it's-
reason we do it.
That's right. And you can, it's just, I guess this is the biggest learning thing here for us is this is the most vulnerable we've been, and at the same time, it's the best response we've ever had. And that's exactly what you're saying. There's people starving for it.
But this is also the first album.
It's the first album, all the way. We did an EP back in Denton early on, and then just 6 singles in between that.
Yeah.
So now the album. Well, 9 singles with the singles off the album.
So what made you guys transition from like going from a band just releasing singles and writing at a time to let's put out an actual album?
I guess we always did singles because we thought it was a good way to promote because that's what you're taught. But he was bringing up to me. He wanted a full body of work.
No,
We
it was
always
time.
have.
It was time.
It was time.
We had enough.
We wanted it.
We had enough street cred. We'd done enough live stuff, and then it turned out like we had all this stuff recorded, and by the time we were playing shows, we're playing new stuff, and then it occurred to us we're playing all this dope music in front of everybody, and we haven't even put it together and released it to them. So
We play Hal or Airplanes. People are like, "Where can we find that?" We're like,
Yeah.
"You can't." And
Yeah.
so we kind of slowed down on playing those and push it to the studio instead for this exact reason.
Yeah.
Although before this, technically, you could find airplanes on the Rot Swab compilation.
That is true. That is true.
Probably
The
don't know about
acoustic
that.
Drunk Logan version of it. It's
It was
really good.
great.
Yeah, we found it. DJ and I were talking about the album the other day. He was like, "Oh, it's so fucking good," and he's like, "You hear airplane?" I was like, "Oh," and then it finally, I didn't put it together. I was like, "You're fucking right." That's why that song
It's the
sounded
exact
like.
same. Yeah.
I go. That's probably also adds to why I like it so much because I have heard that song.
You have.
Because DJ, we used to live together, so he mixed it like in the
Cool.
living room. So I'm hearing that song, and I was like, "This is good." Like, so
Yeah.
I just probably have like already a emotional connection before I
Sure.
heard it.
Yeah,
And that's
amazing.
fun
God,
too.
it's so
You can
good.
listen to like the raw cut and
Yeah.
then like the studio version.
Yeah.
So I love that that's out there. It's
Yeah,
cool, man.
that's
It
super
is
cool.
a
But
little token. Absolutely. Here you go.
Thank you.
But definitely, writing a body of work is something that every artist wants to do. Like singles, they tell you that that's the thing to do. Like, oh, put out singles to stay relevant. And in a way, like I get it. Like it should make sense because you're putting out something. There's something out. I mean, we always talk about attention spans and stuff like that. Attention spans and like oversaturation and stuff. Like there's so much music releasing like
Yes.
every week. Constantly. So how do you fight through that? So hopefully like a single here. Okay, we put out a single over there. But still, putting a body of work together is definitely, in a bigger part, I think, for yourself as an artist, because you get to put these songs together in a way that you get to pick the track listing order and be like, how do we want this to flow? How do we want people to feel at the
Yeah.
beginning, in the middle, like in the end?
That
Like
was
what
the
kind
whole
of route are we
discussion,
taking?
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a huge discussion, and I think you guys did a really good job on the album
Thank you.
doing that, because it was a very easy listen through. Like it's one of those
Cool.
where I'm like, I'm ready to listen to the next song and the next
Nice.
song and the next song. Which I was mad because the first time I attempted to listen to it, I only got halfway, and I'm like, I hate like when I'm trying to listen to a whole album and I don't have like something interrupts it. I'm like,
Sure.
and I'm like, okay, I'm like almost like a movie. It's like I got to start it all over. Like I can't.
Same, or an
yeah.
episode of a TV show. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
my
I was like,
version.
I gotta go from the beginning.
Are you a full album listener in general? Are you cut from that cloth, or are you single oriented? Would you say?
Honestly, it depends. I love listening to projects all the way through. Like,
Nice.
if I like that entire project, sometimes it'll be like I'm in the mood for like a song or whatever. But when it comes to listening to like if an album releases, like I want to listen to it as a whole. The thing that does, it doesn't anger me. It just like annoys me a little bit is when I go listen to a band and they only have like single out.
Yeah.
So it's all
That's fair.
different and it's all like hard. It depends. Like, cause I've found, I'm trying to do more of these like discovery videos of like bands that I find. But then I'll go like to see their discography and it's just like 2 singles maybe, which is fine. You're starting out as a band. Like that's not the biggest deal. But then it's all singles and I'm like, oh, there's nothing to
Yeah.
like, to see where you were here. And again, like everyone's fighting an algorithm. Everyone's trying to market the way that they're told to market. And
Yeah.
it's not always the most economic thing to sit down and like write an album. You know,
It's
that's
expensive.
You're talking about like everything that you've done for it. So you guys have done music videos. You guys have done like all that art. You did separate artwork for all the single artwork, the artwork in general, like the studio time to record, and then just put this out. Like it's not the easiest like task to take on. It's very daunting. And to put songs together that make sense and don't feel like you just threw a bunch of fucking songs that you have
Right.
lying around together.
Capture some emotion.
Yeah. So it is a big task. Like, what about y'all? Do you guys listen to more in albums?
I used to be. I'll be honest with you. I've changed my listening taste a little bit. I'm very ADHD when I listen to music. Like, you shared a song. You were just talking about your discovery kind of videos that you do.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Happiest Hour. Dope
Oh,
song.
Happy Hour, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I haven't done my homework on them yet because that's the only song that I'm focused on right
Yeah.
now. I'm gonna listen to it until I get sick of it. And that's just one example of how I listen to music. But when we wrote this album, it occurred to me that there's value in listening to something start to finish, and if you can cohesively put something together like that, it just adds a layer of entertainment value. It adds just flavor, and it's cool. It's an experience.
It's a whole body of work, and it's nice because, like you said, you can kind of go in and it's almost a time capsule. You can see where those artists were at that moment in their life, and I don't know. I'm pretty well addicted to releasing albums now instead of releasing
It's
singles.
nice. It's
Because
nice.
like you were mentioning, you can have all these singles, but they're all gonna have a different flavor, and there's not really it's not as wholesome to a degree. I think at first when we were putting this album together, we kind of talked back and forth what songs should be on it, what shouldn't, and finally he was like, well, let's just write what we're gonna write, and then I think that'll kind of figure itself out along the way, and it did. But like I think Black Cadillac was one of the last that we added to it.
That's
actually.
right.
And Faithful was the very last that we added.
Faithful was the last edition. Black Caddy, I kind of campaigned for because that one was one I kind of come up with the majority of it on my own. Obviously, I don't know. Kind of how we write is we get an idea in place, some functional idea that Dalty can just start smacking around to, that Owen's going to jump right in on, and we bring that idea to the band. That's kind of the idea of how we write. But for Black Caddy, I just when it hit, I was like, this is groovy, and so I had to like bring it to the guys, and I campaigned my butt off to get it on the album, and I'm so glad we did.
We did. We fought it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it was something
like,
about, I guess, the way we were creating the album with the other styles that were on there with airplanes and Howl and everything. So I think at first it didn't feel right, but we're like, all right, we'll give it a chance because he wanted to shut the fuck up about it. And it worked.
Sometimes you got to annoy the fuck out of your bandmates to get
We started building it out, and then we're like, all right, we'll do it. And then that is David Southern's favorite off the album is Black Caddy, our producer. So it's fun because you never know until you write it, like what does fit and what doesn't fit, because the lyrics come naturally, and then you look at the lyrics of songs, and that's kind of what you can tell progression-wise that it should be.
Yes, you're exactly right. And speaking of the lyrics of that song, I want to make this public because I think it's so cool. But when I was writing that song, we were talking about Howl earlier, how we have these big emotions and almost no resolution, like the chorus is calling to what your heart's saying, but not something you'll actually do. When I wrote the lyrics to Black Cadillac, I was in the same bullshit, heartbroken phase that everybody goes through, and I wanted, when the chords came out of me and I was feeling the groove, I wanted to tell the story of heartbreak in a different light, and so I thought of something, and my idea behind it was just having the idea of a black Cadillac for most people is just out of grasp. You're not going to be driving around some fancy black Cadillac, and if you are, you deserve it or you paid a lot of money for it. I don't know. But my idea of it was it's having something or wanting something you can't have. And the whole song it's about a broken heart, but it's chasing something that you can't,
unattainable.
That you're never gonna have it. And that's the idea of the black Cadillac is like you just watch it go by and I want it, but you can't have it. And
that's why we made him real fucked up in the music video. He's real drunk because he can't obtain what he wants. So.
Did you really get your ass beat or what?
Oh, dude, she was freaking.
She left some bruises, man.
No, she was tearing me up. We had to take that freaking ground and pound scene more times than I'd like to admit. I was just like, oh my god.
We shot that with David Prada, and I'm pretty sure he just had extra takes in there.
He did. I know more than.
Let's just add a few extra.
Yeah, he was like, let's get a few.
Absolutely.
Just for safety.
Just have extra shots.
It's like, I'm doing this for you, all right? You get your ass beat. You want a good video, huh? Like,
and we weren't going to question him.
The video turned out like so fucking fun.
It was fun.
It was a very like fun like video. Again, the songs good because like I did a reaction to it, which means like I am getting exposed to the song at the same time I'm getting exposed to the video. So I'm having to go back and re-listen to song parts, but also like the videos and entertaining as hell. Like so,
perfect.
it definitely goes like with the energy of the song, and both like scenes like were good. Like the performance scenes like look beautiful, like this fucking lighting coming in and out. Oh, fucking perfect. And then the party scene was just like fucking fun. Like it's just like great time. Yeah,
real fun. Crazy shit.
Yeah, seeing fucking Owen like in that.
Oh my god,
was fucking hilarious.
I had to. He's young. He's 19, so I was like, we're making you the pimp, bro. We got to. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if his parents liked it, but they haven't hated us yet. So
sorry, Owen's parents.
I'm not. He was so natural at that.
Yeah,
it was crazy. We got his shots done first, because he had to go play a show in Austin with somebody else.
Yes,
I think. So we had to wrap him up real quick, his other band, and he did. I mean, in an hour and a half, he got all those shots done. He killed it, dude. He cracks me up. Owen's deceivingly funny, dude.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Funny because he's real. Like I've spoken to him, and like I had him. We had a second Somebody Else podcast, and this time I had Owen on it, and I was like, oh, so like he's really reserved, and like I think I'd seen that video like while he was in there. I was like, I saw you in that video. So,
yeah, you know
that's in there.
You know,
it's in there for sure.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah, like I said, you put together like a really cool like group and like band chemistry. Just seems like a fun time,
Yes,
which is sick to have it reflected in the music and reflected in like live performances, reflected just like as a whole. Like it's kind of what you want. It's what you think like when you see, I don't know, just like a band you're expecting like, oh, like I bet they're really good friends. It's like what you think, and then sometimes you find out it's like, oh, they're not. You know what I mean? Like they fucking
we're not friends.
You know? They don't like each other, or don't like hanging out with each other, or don't hang out with each other at all. They just like we come together and record or like write music, and then that's it.
That's the only time,
which is it's so weird, like to me. You know what I mean? But I think you guys have a dynamic that feels like it goes through, and like you guys.
That's cool.
Like,
I'm glad that kind of goes past to everybody else too, man. That's real.
For sure. You've also taken a dive into maybe a little bit more of like the content creation to go with the album, single releases, all that stuff. And like I said, we were talking before, like we're all fighting an algorithm or something like that. So how have you guys like dealt with the way you're creating things to go with your album? Like, have you found it difficult, or is it easier?
So it's creating content it's just hard to get everybody together to do it sometimes. But once we did the watermelon shoot, whatever, that was fun.
It was a blast.
Trying to do stuff that's fun. And then, you just shoot enough content that you can create actual clips that look pretty good. I have Dolby On. I've been paying for that for like a year and a half now. I love that. That's my editing app.
What is it?
Dolby On.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I love Dolby On. So I edit everything. I try to create the content. He comes up with good ideas, and he's funny with it. End of the day, we all hate doing it.
Yeah.
We do. We hate it. And so it's kind of hard to get everybody to do it, and I understand why. But once we get into the motivation to get that shit done, we get a lot done. I think, it's funny because we're kind of at the point where we're posting enough that people are seeing it, but not enough that other people are seeing it. Like, we have a lot of our followers seeing it. Non-followers are engaging as well. But there is something about breaking the algorithm. And I've studied a lot. My cousin James does a lot of this work, so he's been helping me. Tim Bartone, who's a big part of us, he's in the band now. He's going to do third guitar parts and also marketing for us. He majored in that, so he's been helping a lot. But now he's been doing it for 3 weeks with me, and he wants to fucking stab himself in the neck with a knife, dude. He hates it too.
There's like a few things that I've been experimenting with, because that's what I do. That's what I do in noise rock. And I've like. This is the thing, like, I'm very like, oh, like, you're good at doing this. But the biggest thing, and it's the only thing that I can guarantee, like, helps, is just consistency. It's the only one thing that can be like, I don't know how to beat the algorithm. I don't know how to do anything.
Right.
But I know if you post enough, like, it'll work or whatever.
Eventually something will.
And then you figure out with stuff. But I'm literally repeating a podcast on a podcast. But I just had one with this guy named Jordan. He plays in a band called Bad Lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jordan has fucking been killing it lately.
Cool.
And he had like if you have time, and because I learned a lot from his podcast, where he's talking about how he kind of built his following and stuff like that. Because he went, they were playing live a shit ton. They were playing, like they went at it for a year and a half. And he was explaining to me, he's like, I went from 100 monthly listeners to 500, to 600. So we gained 500 in a year and a half of playing fucking like
nonstop,
2 to 3 times a week. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. And he's like, in less than that time, like I just went all online. Like, I think he was about to celebrate 2 years of posting every day on TikTok or whatever. And his monthly listeners shot up to 10,000. He's like, it's gone up to 15. He's like 1,000. He's like, but it's not gone below 10. Okay. And I'm like, that's a crazy fucking jump. You know what I mean? And he's like, it's just been like figuring out. He's like, and I talked to him. I was like, yeah, but he's like, I've also seen you throw every fucking idea at the wall. Like you've tried to post the lip syncing your song every fucking day. And I saw it because you would scroll down his page and it's like the same type of video. It was different, but it was the same type of video over and over and over. But it was like all this trial and error stuff. And like, he's like, and then there's like some that just like jumped. And like now all his posts get like 60 to 100,000 views and shit like that. Like
crazy. I haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, no. If you look, like he's grown a following, and he's got like some insight on like how to do like your ads and stuff like that. Which again, me is like something that it's just some of it's like a drag. Like I love creative aspect of like content making. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Same thing when I was like in a band. Like I love making music. I was like marketing myself. Fuck that.
Fuck that shit.
Like, I just want to play music and like
100%. And it's like exactly what you're saying. We feel the exact same way. Like fuck making. Like I like making it. Fuck posting it and trying to do it. But it's you have to. You do have to. And that's if you want to grow. So that's good to hear that from Jordan because like I've been talking to Ethan Massey from the Rail. Love him. That's my boy. David Prod is my boy too. And both of them have talked and just recommended like pretty much that is like now that we have this body of workout. Push online. That's really the best thing you can do. And that's what we're looking at doing. We are going to slow down shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
I know we just booked a good one coming up and stuff.
Yeah.
With Noise Rot, we're excited about. Yeah. And then we booked another with Dispo doing this as Ferris Wheelers, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Just some fun shows here and there. But outside of that, now that we have the body of work, which I am glad we have the whole album out,
Yeah.
because that gives me the ability to make far more content than I ever have
Yeah.
before, right?
Which you owe it, like you owe it to yourself to like every one of those songs needs to have its own individualized plan for
Absolutely.
like because like they're all. It's not just like how do I market everybody listening to the whole album. It's like oh no, then you got to market like this stuff, and then once that starts catching on, like your back fucking catalog. That's
Yeah.
and that's another thing we we're talking about. Like there's songs that you have that. You think like, oh, we recorded them years ago, like no, but like we're on to the next thing. I go, but there's still someone who will find that song
Yep.
and be like, oh, this is the one that I'm gonna start listening to. And then you realize like, oh shit, they have more songs, they have an album. Like
Yeah.
then those are the ones that I get really excited for. When I find
Okay.
a band and I find a single and it's like, even if it's not old or whatever, it's like a back catalog. But then I find like, oh shit, they have a lot more music. And then
Yeah.
with a body of work, with an actual album, there's a lot to listen to. So
Absolutely.
you're in a great position to like
Cool.
start marketing like the band as a whole because there's
Awesome.
plenty of there to like go back from. Like I've had the Noise Rot TikTok technically turned 1 on the 17th.
Okay.
And I like it's so fucking intimidating because I'm just like, oh, you have to post like every day. And every day you find somebody telling you a different fucking way to do it. And I'm just like, some of these like I'll pay attention to, and some of these like the funny thing is some of them that are trying to explain to you how to build your following are creating a video just to catch you to watch their video.
Sure.
So and then you start noticing those, and I'm like, oh, you fucking got me.
I'm sorry, that's I'm like, you son of a bitch, that worked.
Yeah, like that worked. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff like that where I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'll listen to you or whatever. But yeah, I think in the past, today's Monday. So in the past 2 weeks, I've put out 35 different pieces of like content of like videos. But I'm making it more fun. So there's stuff because I'm always like, oh, it's gotta be this professional looking or whatever. But now like some of them are, and then some of them are just like I pick up my phone and do it, or some of them are like
Cool.
a simple. So it's like trying everything, but figuring out what's like fun for me. And I think in the past 2 weeks I jumped from 700 to like we're not at like 1100 like
Nice.
followers or
Kick
whatever.
ass.
And but people interacting with them. I'm like that's the important part. Like are
real.
people
Getting
actually
that real engagement. and
talk,
everything,
or
too,
people are just like watching it and not doing anything, but I have people like commenting. Like I've started to make like connections that way because I saw Set Adrift start doing really well on it, and they were fucking god damn it, I'm forgetting his name and I hate it. He was posting fit checks and he was just putting putting the Set Adrift's like song in the background that they had going on, and it was just him, phone down on the floor, stepping back, showing out what he was wearing. And it was like, this is my band or whatever. And then like you started seeing it, people were just being like, this fucking song fucks. And then like then he started getting connections all over to the point where like they're planning their runs based on like how many people have like commented in this area of the map. So they're planning like tours like that. I'm like, that's such a great way to make
That's smart
connections.
because you know it's going to be worth your time out there.
I'm
That
like,
is pretty
that's
sweet.
I was like, that's so cool. But again, like you overthink shit when you're like, it's always the simple shit that just fucking works.
It could be
like,
the lo-fi shit that works.
Yes,
like
yeah,
when,
like-
post profit with the gas station thing that.
Oh,
blew
dude,
up
yeah,
that was a
back in the
killer
day, too.
TikTok.
Yeah, man, that's cool. We've always wanted to do. I'm glad you're talking to me. You're motivating me right now. This is really good.
And that's how I felt when
That's good.
Jordan talked to me.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, dude, you did a lot for me.
yeah.
Because it literally, since that podcast was when I was like, I need to fucking do this shit.
Yeah,
Because
bro. Yeah.
I'm like, I can't keep talking about it. And like, and I'm not actually like, most of the time I'm saying this shit. I'm like, this is for me. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
I'm fucking on God gonna go watch that podcast. I'm going to. 'cause it's good.
That's our homework.
Yeah, man, it's nice to exactly what you're saying though. I guess the motivating part is like not everything has to be the high quality, super edited. It can be the lower quality too. That's nice. That works for me. That feels good. That's kind of nice to think about that so that you can kind of split and create both types of content and then therefore have fucking way more shit to post at that point instead of sweating over it.
it's again, I'm not even going to try to pretend that I'm figuring it out, but I've now made it less pressure for me to post. Mm-hmm. So it's made it more fun. And now every day, like I'm thinking of something to do. Now the idea, the thing is that I'm doing is like I let the idea machine go, and now there's no filter on it.
Nice.
Now there's no like that's not gonna make the cut. It's like fucking do it, put it out. Who gives a shit? Like
That's
it's
one
gonna
thing
be out.
Tim brought in with us recently. He's like, it doesn't matter, just put your fucking song to it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I
True.
guess that's true. Yeah, that's
No,
true.
it really
It
like
could be
there's
anything.
so much of that. Like I had the one that's like going like right now. I'm not gonna say viral, but it's got like over 100,000 views right now.
Nice.
Is
Oh, yeah.
me
Oh, yeah, cheers to that.
literally do it. It was like a trend of like it's like type in Crash Out song in the search bar and see what you get. And I got like a Dayseeker song.
Nice.
So it's just me lip syncing it like all fucking crazy. I mean, not really lip syncing because I was like screaming it, but I was like singing the song and it's like went fucking crazy. And I'm like, I pulled out my phone and did that and just posted it. Like it wasn't like I didn't plan it or anything. But then after that, like it is encouraging. I was like, oh, you got one that's doing something. Yeah. But I made sure like I can't stop here. Like you got to keep just making stuff,
Then that ball's rolling.
Yeah. And the thing with, again, it makes it for me like I get the fun out of it because like now I have the motivation. I'm discovering more bands to like do videos and stuff on. I'm making more connections. I'm making just like random fucking ideas that I'm like, you know what? I'm like, cool, make something out of that. And it's fun. But yeah, so the content, again, you guys have made some really cool like content pieces. The little bar scene was really cool that was for Valhalla, right?
Yep, Valhalla.
Thank you. Valhalla, yeah. That show was freaking cool. But yeah, it's just having fun with it. But yeah, the album's out. You have this will be out after this, unfortunately, but you're having your album release like show, right?
Yes,
on the 26th?
That's right.
Cool.
Yep, this Saturday coming up, right here at the Rail, baby.
Right at the Rail. Yeah, actually, right over there. So you said most of these songs you have already played live.
Most of them, yeah.
Okay, is this the first? What you said? There's two though that you haven't.
So there's Faithful. We've never played.
Okay.
Live. Fuck It Up. We've never played live. Airplanes we've played once or twice, but really not too often. Like the acoustic that we did. They're like kind of like that back in the day. Rush we played for a while, but we stopped playing that because it's so different now than what it used to be. So we haven't played that live really.
Not with the new lineup.
Fuck It Up For Me we played forever.
But we love
what's nice about this is actually there's another one we haven't played too, but this is the first time that we'll really be using like backing tracks and performing as well because we got that from David.
Yeah.
And man, it's just a game changer. Like it's nice that like we don't have to have them, but once you have them and you implement them correctly, fuck, it's cool. It is that full sound that's coming through with everything.
Have you guys never used backtracks before?
Nope, not really. We played
Okay.
a show like a month and a half ago, I think, to test it out, and I'm pretty sure like it ended up not working anyways through our IEM rig.
Yeah.
So technically, no, we haven't.
Have you? Are you
successfully?
Oh look, show flyers behind you.
Hey,
Yeah, that's it.
that's perfect.
Hell yeah. Where would you consider before all this that you were like anti backtracks? Were you like some of those people?
Never.
Not so
Never.
much.
I think we just didn't have the means to do it.
Gotcha.
You didn't
Okay,
have them.
That's a big reason that we were super excited to work with David Southern. Is because he understood that with us too. Like we are this like alternative rock and roll was a good way that you put it earlier in that video. That's what we say, but whatever. Anyway, groove rock type shit. I love Nickelback. I like the full heavy sound of shit, and also being able to go acoustic and have that sound as well. I always like backing tracks as long as they're just like an additive to it and not like you have to rely on them for the show. Yeah. That's where I've always been, so I'm pretty fucking stoked to have them at this show and have it come through the rail speakers and whatnot.
Yeah, it's gonna sound fucking crazy
tight.
here. Yeah, backing tracks are. I'm on the same boat as you. Like cool. if it's an addition to it, but like let's say it fucks up, like you can still play your show. You know what I mean? Like because that's always. One, like when you know I had a band that's called Under Oblivion, and we had our instances where like nothing fucking worked, and it was the biggest fucking like panic attacks that I would have because I'm just like nothing's fucking working, and I'm always like fuck it, like we're doing it we're doing it fucking live, you know what I mean? Like we're just gonna fucking play it. Who gives a shit if it doesn't work?
Absolutely.
And we had backing tracks go with lights. We had like lights to go with it.
That's dope.
It worked a few times and it was fucking great. But when it didn't, like we've had the lights work and no sounds, but sometimes the lights are going to the backing track, so then it's just lights going.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, are we just trying to induce seizures or what the fuck? Like, yeah, and then like sometimes like the backing track, and then the lights are just fucking off, or like nothing is coming out of nothing, and like then DJ can troubleshoot it because Daniel was in the band. And then I'm just like, how the fuck is it coming along? He's like, and he's just quiet, and I'm just like, you got to give me something. He's like, I'm fucking working on it. And so then we have like those like little fights while the crowd's like waiting, and we're just trying to be like, no, everything's fucking cool. But yeah, like when they work, they just there's this added like experience to the show. You know what I mean? Like to give an added atmosphere. You know, to the people coming out. Like that's what you want. Like that's another thing you're battling with like live shows is like. You're battling so many other things that are happening, first of all. So why are they coming to see you perform? versus something else? But also, like, why are they not just listening to the record at home? Why, like, what is it that they're coming out for? I mean, like, you want to make it a show for them. You want to have, like, not only your energy up there, but if you have something extra that makes it sound like huge and stuff like that, then yeah, people love that. Like I said, there's nothing else. There's like I'm sure both of you have had like experience seeing like bands live, and it just like either solidifying like that they're like such an amazing band like for you, or just like having moments that you relive like concert experience where you'd be like, oh, like what's a concert that you loved or remember, and then you have like one ready to go, you know what I mean? Because you've had these moments, experiences, and it's all this stuff. But yeah, having Backtrack is going to be really fun. But so now that you're getting ready again, you're having your release show, releasing finally, playing these songs with people having been able to listen to them at home, which is going to be a different experience because now people know, how choruses go, what's coming up next, stuff like that. So they have that to bring home to them. What are you excited for, like to continue forward, like with this?
What you got?
Man, honestly, performing these songs to our ability is going to be a really cool experience because I think that what we performed in the past absolutely captures that emotion. But I think that now that let me back it up. This whole album captured all of the emotion that we wanted it to and more. It was very awesome. We've talked about it being a vulnerable piece of art for us. When we play that live, we want that to show. We want that passion to show. And for good, bad, and the ugly, that's what we're going to bring to the table. We're going to bring every last ounce of ourselves to the show. And I think that's the big part. And moving forward, we have to continue to capitalize on life experience, our own stories, because we've got a lot to tell aside from just what we've written so far. And it's stuff that people go through. A lot of people, everybody to some degree. So moving forward, I think it's best to keep doing what we do and just tell our story and try not to be knuckleheads. And that's
Not too much.
All right,
Not
too much good music with being a knucklehead though. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. I look forward to, everything, I feel like we're at the point now where we're not, wet behind the ears anymore. We are pretty well experienced and like saturated in the scene in a way that I'm really proud of. It's nice to really be like connected with Noise Rot. I love Noise Rot with Ethan, with Bryce out in Burleson, with the people that we've just become friends with over the years. It's fun. And I've learned a lot because I'm one guy who like, I know that I don't know all the fucking shit in the world and that a lot of people are smarter than me. And so it's cool to be able to sit back and listen to what they have to recommend to you. And where we're at right now is a culmination of listening to other people and then also believing in our idea and watching that come to fruition. And I'm very happy with how it turned out right now. So that in itself is motivating to me to where I'm like, well, I'm not going to slow down now. Now it's just time to fucking pick it up even more. Whether that be online presence, more content building, or more fan engagement, and more just really creating those connections with people that really care about our music and that it hits them on a certain level. So I'm excited. I guess the only thing I can say is not slowing down anytime soon.
Not slowing down.
So
not
just getting started.
Nice.
Be a good way to say it.
Do you think you're dealing with, or you'll deal with, like I don't know how your creative process is. Like, are you writing already?
Oh yeah. We have
or don't stop. Like
this motherfucker and I during COVID wrote like 40 songs. It was
more than that
because we lived together at the time.
Yeah, no, we cooked up a bunch of stuff that we could use. There's still stuff. I mean, we write a lot on a daily basis, But
I think as a band, we haven't really written since. We wrote a couple songs still, but since the album, that's been the focus.
Yeah.
But we get this out and do a lot of content building. And if we're not playing a whole lot of shows, which I don't really think we will be, except for outside of the region, we'll probably start writing immediately because that's our favorite thing to do is write the music as a band and have it all come together. I would like to do another album, maybe an EP, just for money's sake, for sure. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. But I'm excited to write again for sure. We practice out of Platinum, North Richmond Hills, there and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we got to get a little spot to go to. We all meet up. We try to do once a week, twice a week right now for the show and whatnot. But I don't know. I like writing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
There's I know I've heard a couple bands and artists like deal with almost like a post-album like depression because it's like, oh, now it's out, like now what type of thing, you know what I mean? Or then like they focus so much energy on an album that it's like, oh, I didn't reserve any, or I didn't I don't know, delegate any to like future projects, like, or you've written this so much and put in so much work that you're like, oh, you take your time in starting the next one or whatever. But then there's like you, I believe, like it's just like, oh, this is done as an album, I go, but the creativity has like never stopped. Like it's flowing. Like, you guys
100%,
seem to be the type that like are just always writing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
If anybody wants to give us some money, we'll give you a new album. No, I'm just kidding. We're not begging, but no,
definitely.
that's the barrier to entry. As far as I mean, everything costs money, and you do it right, it costs money. So.
No, yeah, that and like I said, that's going back to like that's one of the biggest things why people don't put out these like complete projects at a time is because of that. And it's funny and I know like to maybe like us and like people who are in the scene or in bands or whatever and understand like how much money this takes, but I definitely always like to explain it because some people that are like outside of the scene or whatever don't understand that like all that money's like that's all got to get paid somewhere. You see like a cover art, you know, and be like, oh, that's that's a cool like picture. He's like, yeah, that cost me money. You know what I mean? Like,
right up.
oh, you guys put out a shirt. Yeah, I had to pay to make those. I had to pay for the design. You know what I mean? Like, and then like if you get them by, like who's shipping them? Like there's not a company. Like no one's making it. Like you're doing every
put
bit
gas
of
in my
like,
truck and go pick that shit up.
exactly. Like that alone. You know what I mean? Like when we were playing shows, like everyone's taking their own cars, and I didn't think about it at the time. I was like, yeah, but everyone paid to travel. Like, depending on where you're playing, like you paying to park sometimes. It's like it all like adds up. You end up most of the time, depending on how your show goes, then you might end up negative for the night. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't
sold
like
merch, so the band made money.
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But you're like you're out or whatever. But yeah, I think it's good to like reinforce that like buying merch like helps bands a shit ton. You know what I mean? So like everything you can get at the table helps out. Ticket sales. I mean, and there's also like, it's not all money related. Like as far as support, like listen to the fucking song, like run those numbers up, share shit. Like that's the biggest thing. Like it's like if you can't go to a show, but it's very easy for you to just press share on that flyer. Like, hey, maybe somebody else or go to that. Or like the song. Do you think it's a good song? Cool. Share that video. Share the song.
To your friend that has the same taste in music and shit. That's usually that's the best thing is sharing. Yeah. Sharing is usually my favorite.
I always I've brought this up before, but I've had the best experience when like friends send me recommendations because like most of the time my friends like know what I like or whatever. So if they're sending me a band, I was like, all right, they know me. I'm gonna actually listen to it versus. Again, like trying to find the algorithm because you like again like I can go on Spotify or whatever streaming shit you're using at put the radio and I'm hearing brand new bands like all the time like but what's gonna keep me there, what's gonna bring me to like, oh, I really like this band enough to go to their Instagram to find out who they are, where they are, you know, and do they play around here. There's a lot of stuff like that, so the more people can just like share that shit around, like the more it helps. You know what I mean?
100%, man. And to piggyback off that, like, you know, on TikTok Reels, whatever, Facebook Reels have gotten me too sometimes recently with like drops and like songs or like even if it's lo-fi, like in the bathroom of a studio, they go and do something, but the breakdown's sick. I will go look up that song and listen. Like you said, if there's not a catalog of music there, it's kind of hard to stay focused on that band. The opposite would be Holy Water for me. They had something with nail polish. I checked that out. He sent it to me after that. And then I went through the discography. I sent it to my girlfriend. I sent it to my sister. And now all of us have it on our playlist.
Fucking opening for Era and Architect.
Yeah, bro.
Wild. They deserve it.
They do. Yeah, Holy Water fucks, dude. I love Holy Water.
I found it too with nail polish and been like, oh, okay, cool, there's music. But yeah, and they just dropped an EP album.
It's Heifer, I think, or Red
something
Heifer.
Heifer.
No, they dropped a new song. Yeah,
Red Heifer.
New album.
New album. Yeah. They dropped
it's tight. It's tight.
Yeah, fucking super tight. They're so super. Have you heard of Sachi 6?
No,
then you'll love that. If you love Holy Water, you'll love Sachi 6. I'll send it to you. It's S-A. It's spelled weird. SACE 6 and then number 6.
Okay,
cool. They're super sick. They're super sick. They're like around that same vein. But yeah, that shit blew my mind where I'm like, oh, I just found them, and then the next thing I'm like, they're fucking going on tour. It's a fucking Live Nation tour.
I got that on my Spotify. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, shit, dude.
Yeah, they're super sick. But again, like if you have a catalog or something where people can go back to, it's just really hard when you're fighting with one song. It could be really great, but it's again attention span, time. Like how much are you spending to remember that? That's why the consistency helps. Because if you hook me in and I listen to your song and that one song and I really love it, like if you're not pushing else out, if I don't remember to go back and check your Spotify or whatever, like I need something else in the algorithm coming at me and be like, oh, that's fucking right. Like they did release a song I like. Let me go back and see if anything else is new. You know what I mean? But you really have to get on it. But I think you guys have a great body of work to really like build off of that. So I'm just excited for people to finally again like hear these songs, but like they're gonna hear them different, like because now again they can listen to them at home, and when they come to the concerts, like they can sing along, like they know the word. Do you guys have your lyrics up?
We have half of them. We've been.
Yeah, we kind of owe Dalty our
I'm
lyrics.
gonna call y'all out on that.
Sorry,
That
Dalton.
pisses me off.
I know, bro. We're gonna do it. It's Dalton's one job, and
so
we've been bad
essential.
about getting it to him.
It's literally so
sorry, Dalton.
essential. Like, and I'll tell you because like I am very bad these days at looking up lyrics. To be honest with you, because I go off a vibe now.
Sure.
Like I was like, if the song sounds good, like vocal melody, I'm into it. Like blah blah. Sick, like I'm cool.
No.
But there are some times where I'm like, you know what, I want to know what this says. But I go to so many bands, it's like just pages, and like I try to Google shit, or like I hate like it's on Bandcamp. All right, give it somewhere more accessible.
Sure.
Like it's got to be like somewhere, but they have to be out. And like now, like Spotify lets you do them on there or whatever. And like I think the biggest one that I always see is like the Genius app or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's cool because you can add your own little annotations. Like this is what this line means. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like if you like the building your lore up, like that's the way to fucking do it.
Building the lore.
Yeah. Again, like it fucking works, and the reason I say that is just because like,
No shit.
dude, fans love to fucking research the ones that really love you, which are the ones you're fucking searching for. Like you're you're not searching for like a, hey man, yeah, like they're pretty cool, this and that. Like you're ones like the ones that are trying to like really, really. I was gonna say really fuck you, and I'm like no, really fuck with your shit.
Fuck who?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what y'all looking for.
This guy.
This guy's single, singing about heartbreak. Maybe you are looking for those. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah. You can sing "Hell" to her, baby. Yeah.
No.
But no, they like, dude. I've seen like just these fandoms like get built up, and they look up fucking everything. But if you want to put that out there, I think that's a great one. Not only like lyrics, but you can. Again, people want to know like, oh, why did you say that? You know what I mean? Because everyone has their own like versions of stuff. But I personally do like having that available to be like, hey, like what does it say? And one personally, just mine's not even to figure out lore. Mine's really just because like I would like to sing this correctly, like when I'm doing it live or when I'm singing it in my car. Like I like knowing the words would be cool. Like and I don't know why, but I can't discern most lyrics these days. Like
I can't either. It
tough.
doesn't matter who it
Yeah.
is or what it is. Now my sister's the same way. Like she's a diehard fan of us, and she's just very sweet. But she also is always like, music's great, and she loves Howl. That's like one of her favorites. And she's done the thing where she sits in her car and listens to it 200 times, and then she'll go and look the lyrics to make sure she's singing it right. And she beat my ass for it yesterday because we didn't have it up, and she's right. Yeah, we need to do that. The Genius app, got that.
I like Genius. I feel like it used to be Rap Genius, and then it went to like all genres and everything. And I think I put like my band stuff up, but it was like, oh, if you want to add annotations to like lyrics, be like, this lyric I wrote because of this, or this is a reference to this fucking movie, and like shit like that. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
love that.
It's pretty cool.
Super cool. Let's do that.
And it's the one like
do
whenever you Google like lyrics, it's the first one that pops up, like Genius the app, and
I
that's
have
how I
noticed
go
that.
for it.
Always,
That's how
it's
I was like, oh, okay, so this is where I should be putting like my lyrics. Yeah, and they've updated their shit so like it looks super professional when you go look. Like it looks like you're looking up the official lyrics, like versus I've found like when I used to look up bands like I think it was like A to Z lyrics is what it was called. It was like it was like a purple ass page and just like
100%. I remember that.
But yeah, no, I all the bands that I like want to know what they say, I've been telling them like you need to put your shit online, like or like I've asked like people to send them to me. I was like, if you're not gonna put them online, like at least tell me what they are.
Let me see what it is.
Yeah.
And we got half of them up. We need to finish it. We just need to finish
That's
that
on
job.
us.
Yeah,
That's
Put it on the list. Okay, so yeah, album release. We're gonna be promoting the shit out of that. What's next for Set the People, man?
I think, well, once the album release show is over, I'm gonna take a fucking break for a week.
Day.
A
No,
week.
you get
Like maybe a
24
week.
hours.
Whoa, calm down.
That's it.
I'm gonna let him run shit for a second, see how that goes.
No, I'm sick that day. he gets an hour.
That days, yeah. Now I'll take a little break and just chill out for a second. But I say that and then I just get hungry for it all over again. You know, it doesn't matter. I think next for Set the People is, you know, I think with this body of music and the reaction we've had, it's really motivated me to realize we got a few more doors open in front of us, or a few more doors we can kick in at least. So I'll be kicking every door in I can.
Yeah. We just want to get out of town, man. Put our sound in front of more people, and we got a lot of opportunity. We need to make some friends out of town. We do have friends out of town. We just need to go visit
I think
them.
out of region shows here and there. You know, we talked about doing a tour or doing weekenders for a while, but after talking to, you know, our boys and just hearing everybody else, I think the online presence is number one. Number 2 is out of region shows, but also Fort Worth is home. So any solid Fort Worth show that comes to us, we will definitely take. Dallas, I love too. Honestly, our streams are top in Dallas right now,
Really?
which is kind of interesting. Fort Worth second, Denton third, and Austin fourth, I believe. I don't know. It changes all the time, anyways. But I don't know, man. I think online presence, a lot of content creation. I'm gonna try to study that more and get more in depth into that. And write. I think start writing again. It'll be really fun. I need to write.
We got a lot.
I love it.
We got a lot to release to the world. I think that this album that we done is just the start of things. I've been replying to all the comments saying this is just the beginning. I mean it, because this was just what we put together, and it was all strategically built the way we wanted it to. But we've got a lot more to share, man.
I think we'll continue to do the full bodies of work. I think that's something him and I have really enjoyed, and then releasing singles how we did. But I don't know. I'm a little addicted to it now. I guess it's like a tattoo. I got one now. I want to say more, dude.
Spoken from somebody with no tattoos, I want to add.
Yeah,
when are you getting your first tattoo?
when I get money, that doesn't go into the fucking
All
band.
our money's going into
Yeah, it goes to
Somebody
guitar
tattoo
pedals,
our
strings.
boy.
It goes to recording, dude.
Tattoo
So
our
Go
boy.
buy a shirt, stream the album so that Logan can get his first tattoo.
There you go. Buy a
Oh,
few more
please.
Said the People
Please.
shirts. Get him tatted.
If you want to get him his first tattoo, that's also up.
That's
to him.
up. Yeah. Thank you.
You can't. You get to pick it, but whatever you want on there. I'm just kidding.
I don't even care. That's fine.
You want a neck tat?
Not first.
You gotta
But,
get a sword on the eye, baby.
A sword on the
That's
eye.
pretty bold. Maybe not. I don't think so.
Oh yeah, man.
Anyway.
Well, once again, thank you for stopping by. This is super sick. Like again, like I'm a super big fan of the band, and I have since like I first heard whatever floats your boat, man. That shit got me hooked, and then I started listening to y'all, and then the album just gave me what I wanted and more out of like Said the People. So it's definitely has me excited for what you guys have coming up next, writing wise, performing wise, whatever you're doing. Yeah, if you guys ever need help with absolutely anything, we love y'all. So definitely let us know.
You
But
too. Thank you for having us.
anything you want to leave people with?
Go fucking check out Noise Rot all day long. Make sure you follow Chill Sounds and Breakdowns. If you don't already, go do it. Even better. Because if you
Have
don't, he's going to come after you, dude.
You don't want that shit.
He's going to fight
See
you.
these guns?
He's got tattoos.
Don't play with me, dude.
It's thunder, but it's
Two of
real
them.
quiet.
Little thunder, but don't fuck with me.
And then shout out the Rail. We love the Rail too.
Shout out the Rail.
Shout out the Rail, baby.
Hell yeah.
Shout out OC. Love you all. Love you all.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This has been episode 147 with Said the People. We'll see you next time.
Much love.